I think for robotics, sort of as a tool, a technology, and like all other technology, it won't really be safe and responsible unless the user of it is safe and responsible. So robots have traditionally been used mainly for tasks that are very repeatable, where you have to do the same thing over and over again. So therefore they're used a lot in manufacturing, things like manufacturing cars, also because that kind of manufacturing has very heavy objects that may be dangerous for humans to handle or difficult. But now we're seeing them move into a bit less repeatable and more dynamic environments. So things like agriculture is a situation where you have a lot of structure, like a strawberry field has a very clear structure, but things are also a little bit different. So one strawberry is never the same as the other one, and you have to always pick them in a little bit different ways. So a situation like that is much harder for a robot to handle. One thing that's especially been gaining a lot of progress in the last years are these humanoid robots that can help people at home. They have a sort of body almost like a human and are physically able to do any task that a human can do. But it's sort of their intelligence that's not quite where it needs to be for them to replace a human worker for a given task. So I think in 2030, we'll see some of the earliest adopters have these kind of robots in their home to help them with daily tasks. But they'll maybe be a bit too expensive and they'll maybe break a bit too often for the average user to have them at home. GPT is trained by giving it lots of examples of text on the internet, and then it learns to predict what comes next in that text. But then a robot doesn't just need language, it also needs vision, sensing, and acting. And so you can supplement this language understanding with what's called a vision model. A robot can use the same kind of model to understand what goes on around it. But what's very special for robots is that they also have actions. So you can also train up what's called a vision language action model, where based on examples, it can learn how do my actions influence the world around me. Well, most of our work lives will probably change to some degree because we can rely more on advanced robots and AI systems to help us in our daily tasks. Some jobs will probably disappear, and it's quite important for countries to also have support for those that whose job doesn't need to be done anymore, or who can have a different kind of role in their job, maybe more assisted by robots and AI systems. It's possible to lose control of an AI system because it has found a solution that we can't really fully understand. So we have to be careful, and I think it's important to invest in research on AI safety. Like all other technology, it won't really be safe and responsible unless the user of it is safe and responsible. So one example is this European AI Act that came out a year or two ago, where they made some very clear rules for what we can use AI for, and depending on the task we use it for, what sort of preconditions we have to take, what we have to be careful about. So to make this sort of national and multinational agreements is a good way to make robot research and production responsible.